If you're tired of following up on customers who don't care about you, don't know who you are, maybe you're forgetting to follow up and you're leaving money in the drain, this is the video for you. My name's Steven. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to use a CRM and implement it into your business to get the best results for you to make more money. So why do we need a CRM? What is a CRM? A CRM is a customer relationship manager. It helps you keep contact and keep track with your customers so that way you can close more sales as time goes on. So the reason why we use this is because it helps you automate your processes within the company, saving you time. And it also helps you follow up with customers that you might have otherwise forgotten about, right? So let's just use an example. So say you go give a customer an estimate. They say, well, I'm kind of interested, but I'll give you a call here in a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months when I'm ready. You go home, you forget about them, you have things going on in your life. And then over time, that customer ends up going to find someone else or completely forgetting that you exist. This is why we use a CRM, because we don't lose those customers. We keep track of them. So let's play the different route. Let's say you go give that person the estimate. They say, oh, I'm not really interested right now, maybe in a couple of weeks. Right before you leave, you get on your phone and you open up your CRM and you go to their name and you leave a task saying, give this person a call back in 2 weeks. And then you click a button and it sends them 40 follow-up emails between now and the next 2 weeks. So that way they still remember you exist and they see your emails coming in. On top of that, you get prompted to call them. You get a reminder, a notification on your phone, give this person a call in 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and go over the 8 hacks that I'm going to be giving you in this video to optimize your CRM and make your CRM development better. And why should you listen to me? I've helped a lot of agencies and home service businesses audit their CRM and their processes in order to close more sales and make more money. And so I want to show you exactly how I do that. The first thing is automate your tasks. So this doesn't just imply what I was just talking about, like setting a task reminder to follow up on a customer, but say you have a bunch of emails to send out or a bunch of text to send out that could all just be copied and pasted, right? Instead of going in your phone, I see a lot of people do this. They go into their phone and then text every single one of their customers individually. And every one of those customers, they have to change the name out. One is like, hey, John, this is so-and-so from this company. And the next one, it's, hey, Jim, this is so-and-so from this company. And on and on and on. And it takes 2 hours to do. Or with a CRM, you can click one button, send every single one of them a text message, and it can be personalized to their name. So every single one will change based on their name. So, hey, John, hey, Steve, hey, Jim, without you having to go in and manually update it, right? This saves you time. This is a time saver, okay? Because what you don't want to do is spend 2 hours a day texting all your customers when you could spend 2 hours a day in front of your customers selling them your services. This is why automating your tasks is important. Number 2 is understanding your sales pipeline. This is the easiest way to lose money. If you don't know your sales pipeline and your steps that it takes, which surprisingly, people don't know this, the steps that it takes to close sales within your company, what do you have to do? Do you have to get the lead on the phone? Do you have to go give the estimate? Do you have to go give them a proposal? Do you have to go get the build material? Do you have to go talk to an insurance provider? Like, what are the steps in your funnel? And if you have it clearly mapped out where this is the first step, and this is the second step, and the third step, and the fourth step, and down here is when it becomes a sale. If you have this all logged and you know that you have 100 people here, and 50 people here, and 20 people here, and 2 people here, then you're able to find out, okay, where are the bottlenecks inside of my sales process that's preventing people from closing? On top of that, if you have like nurture and email reminders, you can then send all of your customers emails and nurture sequences as you go through the sales funnel. So that way they're constantly reminded that you exist. And also you can see where everyone is, right? Because some people don't see, you might not be seeing what's wrong with your sales funnel, right? You might have 1,000 leads up here, and then say this is where the lead comes in. And then on the phone call, only 20 of them were contacted because your salespeople don't want to contact all 20 of them, or all 1,000 of them. 20 of them were contacted, and 2 of them got an estimate, and 0 of them closed. And you might think, well, why are we not closing sales? I keep getting all these leads. No one's contact. Like, I'm getting all these leads. It's working out pretty well. Where are my sales? Where are my closes? Well, if you have a CRM and you notice, okay, in the CRM, there's 1,000 leads in the lead-in stage of your pipeline. And then in the spoken to page, there's only 20 leads. Then you can clearly assume that nobody's calling them. And so then you can make adjustments, right? Say you're an e-commerce business and it's a landing page that people are going to, and you're getting 1,000 visits on your landing page, and then but nobody's converting and buying any sales. You have a sales pipeline, and if you have a system to track your metrics, you can look and say, yeah, this is where there's making mistakes. This is where we're having bottlenecks, and this is how we can fix it. This is how you can close a lot of sales quicker. The third one is invoicing. So you can send professional invoices from your CRM platform that is tailored to the customer, that you don't have to go in and change and fix every single time you send it. You can send out documents and contracts for your customers, accept payments. And also, this isn't really a tip, but bonus, when you're accepting all your payments and you're tracking all your data, you have a dashboard in the CRM that tracks everything for you and shows you your metrics. The reason why this is so important is because you can take this to a buyer. And then when the buyer looks at your dashboard in your CRM and sees how profitable your company is, what kind of data you're tracking, and how your company is moving, then the buyer will end up making a better decision, right? He'll have more information to make an informed decision. This is why it's so important if you're trying to exit your company. If you have a CRM, they can see all the information and everything that you do within the company. And so that's why invoicing in a CRM is important, but also it looks professional. People want to see that. And so invoicing is very important. Number four, we're cutting costs here. So we're cutting your budget. With the CRM, you have all the tools that you need in one spot. So that way you can do everything required to save you time, save you money, save you energy, get you more clients without having to use 15 different platforms and tools across the internet, right? Not like MailChimp and like those. That's the only one I could think of, but there's a bunch of inbox services, message services, review services, all this stuff. There's so much information that you can get online, so many tools you can get. I've seen a lot of companies that have a lot of tools and they spend $900 to $1,500 on tools when you can just get one CRM and cut that cost completely. There's some CRMs that are out there that are for free. I wouldn't recommend using them. That's my honest opinion. I just think that a lot of them run very slow. They're not very good, and they're not very customizable. Uh, I personally make a CRM myself, and I help a lot of companies with their CRM development using the software Go High Level. You can get it on your own, or you can have someone build it out for you. It takes a lot of time to understand. So that's kind of why I go and do it for other companies. If you're interested in getting a CRM that is tailored to your brand and that is working for you to automate your processes, click the link below and I can help you out. Number 5 is customer info. So this one's pretty obvious, but tracking your customer information. I've seen people go on Excel. I've seen people go in their phone, iPhone. I've seen it in a piece of paper, a notebook piece of paper, right? This is a problem. You lose leads this way. You can't find all your leads. You can't track all your leads. You don't know where everyone is. You have all your customer information logged and you can take down their info as you go. You're going to close more sales, right? So what if every single customer you had in your pipeline, you had a 2 or 3 paragraph note tab inside of your customer's information that talks about their life, who they are, why you should sell to them, what they're doing in revenue, or what kind of damage they have to their roof or their floors or whatever, and their kids' names and what schools their kids go to. How easy is it going to be to go up to that person, talk to them, and then while you're talking to them, say, "Hey, how's Sally doing? Right, your daughter. How's your daughter doing? I haven't seen her in a while." They then will reciprocate better because it seems like you've put more time and energy into understanding them and remembering them. And sure, yeah, you wrote it down on notes, but you can still look at it before you go talk to that customer and say, okay, I remember that this guy has this kind of car and he likes this kind of thing. And this is the type of person that he is. And so I can speak to him in that manner and help him understand me, right? If if you hop on the phone with a guy and you just know his name, you don't know anything else about him, you might not be able to close the sale. And worst thing that could happen too is if you hop on the phone with somebody and you say, "What did we talk about last time we spoke?" They're gonna think this guy doesn't know anything about me. This guy doesn't remember me at all, and they're gonna forget about you and they're gonna walk away. Like they're just gonna walk away. So this is why it's important to gather customer information in one spot, so that way you can see them and talk to them in the future. So here's a really big one: reduce no-shows. This hands down by far is the best thing you can do to reduce your no-shows, especially if you're getting leads from Facebook, Google, SEO, your website, whatever the case is. Sending out automations and emails and text to people before the appointment begins, they're more likely to show up, right? So you book the appointment today and tomorrow, here's the appointment. Then you send them a testimonial, you send them a confirmation, you send them a reminder, you send them a second reminder, you send them another testimonial, you send them the Zoom link. 1, 2, 3, 6. 6 times they came in contact with you before the call. Also, add in there maybe like a phone call. So call them right here. You set a task to call them an hour before the appointment. They've gotten a phone call from you. They've gotten 3 SMS, 3 emails, and maybe they've gotten a voicemail too somewhere in here. That's 8 points of contact. They're not going to forget about that call. And you could say, oh, well, I'll just text and email every single one of them myself, or you can just save yourself time and set up an automated message to do it for you, right? Some people don't like automations, but that's okay, all right? Some people understand it. You can even write on the text, this is automated, just letting you know. Here's everything you need to know. You can try to personalize it if you want to. And again, everything is personal in the CRM because it just changed based on their contact name. So you don't have to sit there and spend all your time messaging people and reminding them and following up with them. The system will do it for you. The biggest thing we're doing here is saving you time, right? Instead of spending 2-3 hours a day texting and emailing cold leads and disqualified individuals and asking them if they still want to buy the service, the system does it for you. So imagine what you could do if every single day you spent the 3 hours you were going to spend emailing and texting people and spending that 3 hours working on closing more sales. You'd probably close more sales, right? If you weren't doing that before, then now you start doing it with the CRM. The CRM does it for you, and that way those sales come back. The amount of times that I've had a lead come back into a pipeline out of nowhere after not speaking to them for 6 months is insane because I kept sending them emails and follow-up messages without me even knowing. In my sleep, they were sending out, right? Or you could hire a VA and it'd be more expensive, but why do that, right? So time, we're saving time here. This is why this stuff is so important. This is why you should implement a CRM in your company. The next one is nurturing. How I was just saying, sending nurture emails, right? So if a customer says, I'm busy right now, I can't do it. Here's your button that you press that says like 6-month nurture. And then for 6 months, they get sent an email every other week or whatever, reminding them that you exist. They see a bunch of touch points, and eventually they probably end up buying or end up coming at least back into your pipeline and getting more interested. You're probably not going to close on the first call, but on the second call, the third call, the fifth call, if they called you 5 times, if you've spoken to them 5 times over the course of 6 months, they're probably going to buy over everyone else. And the last one is automatically replying to your Facebook leads. This is very important. Any inbound leads, I said Facebook, but any inbound leads that you have. So here's your funnel. If you have Facebook and YouTube and cold calls and let's say Google ads, right? Leads come in. Say these leads come in the middle of the night and you're sleeping or you're on the job and you can't get to your phone in time, the CRM will send them all a message automatically, right? Auto message. And what ends up happening is they move then to the next step of the pipeline. But if you don't have that automatic message to say, hey, John, this is Jim from ABC Roofing. Did you do this thing? Would you like to hop on a call sometime? They're not going to move to the next step. They're just going to fill out the form. I didn't get a text. I didn't get an email. I'm going to forget about it, right? This is how, before you do that, you might have 1,000 leads up here. And only 20 of them, how I was saying, only your sales guys will reach out to 20 people. But if you send an automated message, then that automated message gets a reply from 50 people. And then you contact those 50 people. This automatic message right here qualifies people. This is a qualifier. This is a hoop they have to jump through. If your customer responds to the text message and fills out the Facebook lead form or comes through your YouTube funnel, they're more likely to buy. So that is why I would have an automated text message to get those people to come to the next step. Because if you know that 50 of them are qualified, because leads, let's be honest, most leads are kind of garbage. But if you have good leads, those are going to be the ones that reply. So instead of having to sift through 1,000 leads, you can sift through 50 leads, and then you can close 25 of those leads. If you run any sort of business at all, a CRM is absolutely necessary for you. And if you aren't using a CRM, that is detrimental to your cost. You are losing sales by not using a CRM. If you're looking for someone to build out the perfect CRM for your company, automations, and set all this stuff up for you, click the link below and I can take care of that for you. Bye.